Yes. Oh, earning.
Back again. How we doing?
I'm good. Listen.
Okay, good.
I know you recognize the voice. Go to Les Brown, aka F17,
AKA
Fred Afrifa.
Come on.
Yeah. I'm here with.
JK. There's no AKAs.
Come on.
Just the J and the K.
No joke. It's not a joke.
It's your boy Dan. What's good, people?
Man, I'm angry again.
What's wrong?
What's wrong this time, gosh?
I'm very annoyed.
What happened?
My young brothers want to start businesses, but they're going to uni to study business.
Oh, this is cool.
Why are you going to uni to study business if one day you want to open a business? Tell me, I don't get it.
I'm with you guys. Do your thing.
Yeah.
It's one of them ones, isn't it? I think it's tough, isn't it? Like, you go to school and people tell you have to go to uni. At our age anyways. No one's told us about internship. And I guess no one really gave us that put in our mind that we can research things and we can, learn through the internet really.
Yeah.
When we was in school like that. No one really said, if you like business, you just go
YouTube.
Go do some research and do courses. It's always like, you have to get your GCSEs. After your GCSEs, you have to get your A-levels. After your A-levels, you have to go to uni. You go to uni, come out of uni, and then you can...
it's a very generic path.
Yeah, but as an 18-year-old, do you feel like you need to be spoon-fed the information of you can go online and blah, blah, blah?
It depends, bro. It depends I think it depends on how you grew up, as what kind of 18-year-old you are. If you've been spoon-fed your whole life, also you know.
The thing is, if you're saying you're not sure what you're trying to do, but perhaps the entrepreneur route is for you, then I'm not getting onto you, innit? Because go to university, learn new skills, meet new people. If you're saying you want to be an entrepreneur, you're going to learn how to study business from people who don't have a business.
Exactly. Oh, that's a crazy way of thinking about it.
Make it make sense.
So, in essence, you feel like essentially they're wasting whether it's a 3 or 4 year degree. They're essentially not wasting in a way, because obviously there's experiences and everything.
I think uni in general is a waste of time.
No, I would actually agree. In hindsight.
I think there's only few courses that to me make sense.
Like medicine.
Let's discuss university.
Alright, go on.
Medicine, law,
that's probably
cool. So let me ask you, is uni a waste of time?
Yes and no. The reason I say that, because obviously I went to uni and I met very good people. Shout out to all of you.
Yeah.
And I think some of the opportunities that I got outside of uni is because of the people that I've met. So it wasn't a waste of time in the social sense. It wasn't a waste of time. Networking.
But deeper, we're paying $9,000 to network.
$9,000 to network. We can do that for free elsewhere.
Do you get it? So if we're saying that one of the big benefits of uni is networking, go outside.
But then everyone's different, innit? So it might be a benefit to someone. Learn independence. Obviously, you can say you could move out or whatever. But some people, learn independence. You go to uni, you have to look after yourself. I mean, there's a lot of people that live out in the me and two in my cans,
Peak.
Yeah. So
I know certain man that used to, I'm not going to name drop in it. Certain man used to go to McDonald's, buy 3 mayo chickens, 4 cheeseburgers, and then that would be their dinner for a couple of days still.
And they stored that thing? That's disgusting.
That's
disgusting. That's like ramen noodle. That's disgusting.
And the microwave.
I'm with James on it. I feel like mostly, in my opinion, looking back now, I feel like uni is a way. And the reason why I say it is because, yes, you've got the networking part and meeting people, and I get that. But I feel like one thing that uni doesn't always do best, it obviously depends on the course you do, it doesn't really teach you how to adapt to the outside world well enough. It teaches you, certain courses, obviously I did economics, and for the most part I did enjoy my course, but I don't feel like it teaches you how economics translates to the outside world well enough. Because in the job that me and James do now, I'm not gonna lie, I don't use really any of my econ. I use maybe 0.1% of it in the job that I have now.
That's crazy.
It just helps obviously when we're having econ talks, I guess, because you have a bit of understanding.
That's true. Yeah.
But translating it,
no,
not at all.
And
but even languages, I studied languages a year. If it wasn't for my year abroad,
You guys know.
Yeah. I promise you, bro. I'd come out with a degree in Spanish.
In Spanish, yeah.
Not
Spanish.
Deep it. I mean, I studied accounting in French, and I speak French, but like I couldn't listen to a French TV show. I would struggle.
Yeah.
When Karim Benzema was doing his thing.
You have no idea what he's saying.
I'm trying to say. So like, fam, if you're a sixth former right now, yeah, just understand. Obviously, I'm not necessarily saying don't go to uni, innit, but like, I think be intentional. I guess I talk a lot about intentionality. Like, be intentional with what you're going to uni for. Like I said, if you need to be a doctor and you need a medicine degree, fair play. You want to be a lawyer and you need that law degree.
And as well, you have to think about the jobs now. Most jobs ask for uni degrees. Not all of them, obviously. Not saying go uni because of that. But a lot of jobs ask for uni degrees. So sometimes you kind of feel forced to go
in that room, yeah.
Because also you go to uni, and nowadays, anyways, not before, but nowadays you can study wherever you want. Come out of uni, apply for wherever you want, really. Because they're now looking for people that are more diverse, you know, so you can, their ideas are different, etc., etc., etc. Some people go uni and study music and not working in finance.
Yeah, we know one person.
So having said that,
yeah.
So do you think that they, what do you think is more important, experience or a degree?
So if you ask me, I'd say experience, you know. I think experience is obviously more valuable. But if you ask the industry, they'll say a degree. Then you finish uni and you apply for a job and they're looking for someone with experience. Where do I get the experience? If for the past 3 years I've been studying, there's no experience.
So there's nowhere to enter human's firm without a degree.
I wouldn't say so, but the thing you said about how you said the industry would prefer a degree, that's true. But then at the same time, I feel like nowadays they don't really care what degree. I feel like they care about it's just a degree, whereas with the experience, they care like specifically what kind of experience. I think anyway, that's how I see it. I feel like they care like specifically like what kind of experience you got. The degree, like you said, we know someone in our company that I think they have like a music degree. So they're working in finance, like that's crazy. I mean, it's great. I'm all for it because I think that's fantastic. Like, you get people that think differently, like the way their brains operate is just different to everyone. They're just like
it's funny you say that because I was speaking to someone and like they're proper into finance and they've known I want to work in finance and they've been applying for jobs and obviously they haven't found anything, but I'm sure they will. But it's like you've known that you want to work in finance all this time, right? You went to uni, studied finance. Finished uni, you got an internship as well. Done an internship through his uni degree. Done an internship as well. Finished, couldn't find a job. I had no plans.
Can you imagine?
No plans of working in finance. I studied languages. And I'm now working in finance.
Different.
So it's like, because now you don't just, it's hard, isn't it? Because it's like, now they're looking for people from different places so that you can get different ideas and stuff. So what do I study at uni? Do I actually study finance if I want to work in finance? Because now you're employing people that are studying
music or
people that are studying music, people that are studying history. So what do I do? Do I study finance or do I study something else?
Yeah, I think you have to study
what you want.
What you want.
Of course.
And then things that, I think skills are like, no one really talks about skills. Like,
there's soft skills and hard skills, no one talks about that.
Do you get it? No one talks about skills. And it's like, there's certain skill set that you may need to have to be like a success in whatever you're trying to go in. So it's like whatever kind of aligns with that, I'd recommend you studying that. And
that's a good point because obviously you're talking about, sorry James, you're talking about skills, and obviously I think one thing that uni is good for, like it teaches you discipline. Obviously, like you have all these lectures or whatever, tuition, whatever, and then you have the exams, and obviously you've got to study for the exams, make sure you're on top of it all. I feel like it teaches you discipline. Like it's a very good skill to have, and I feel like you can get that from uni. I feel like that's a good thing about uni.
I personally believe that the educational system in the UK is bug.
Oh, that's a whole other thing.
I don't think you take anything out of it. I can't say that because you take stuff away because obviously you're gonna attend classes and stuff. You take something away, but I generally believe that it could be much better.
You're supposed to learn discipline at uni, like you said, but hella man aren't disciplined.
They're not disciplined
at uni. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Like, yeah, hella man aren't you disciplined at uni, and
I don't think I was best disciplined. I still passed. So do you even need to learn how to be disciplined to pass?
Yeah, no.
Do you know what I mean? So it's like
you can get lucky.
If you understand that joke, then you're real because you had the other.
It's a funny one, isn't it? It's because I think if you take 2 steps back before uni, I think the way that the system is, you can do what you want in a sense, and you're always progressive, right? You're not taught discipline from young. in Italy, we're taught discipline from young. If you don't study, you have to retake the year.
That's true.
No one wants to retake the year.
That's true.
In the UK, if you don't study, year 7, year 8, year 9, you keep going.
Yeah, you don't retake anything.
You don't retake, fail your GCSEs, English and maths, you can still go to college. You can go to college and do your English and maths at college or sixth form or whatever. Doesn't really matter.
Yeah, it only really maybe kicks in until like you said, like college or uni, beforehand. Like, if you do badly, you're still going to keep going until you get to a point where eventually
I didn't learn discipline through education at all.
Yes.
How did you learn
the sports version of things is what taught me about discipline. And it doesn't necessarily have to be sports, but like just outside of the education, like I feel like a lot of people who did things outside of education, like they just had skills that just transferred and helped them generally in life. Whereas the people that were like super studious, some of them have done really, really well, but it's like we talk about skills acquisition, you learn one type of skill when you're studying, especially because I believe like the educational system is like a memory test.
It's exactly that.
You know what I'm saying? Like you just cram the information and then you just regurgitate.
And we get too many people now that book smart, not life smart.
Therefore,
you can't succeed in a world where you have to be life smart to succeed. All you know is books.
Facts. You need to go out there and experience stuff.
So the school doesn't teach us how to be life smart.
Teach you how to be book smart, and that only gets you so far.
Yeah, I was speaking to one of our friends actually, and he went to, I think it was a private school, right?
Yeah.
And he was telling me there was this class they had that they taught them how to change a tire, how to change the oil in the car.
Cold.
And like stuff.
We don't get taught that. If my car broke down now, I'm in trouble. I'm not gonna lie, I'm in trouble.
So my thing is, because you understand you're in this position, now as an adult, it's on you to like understand, like get life smart, get street savvy, like understand how the world works. You know
how would you tell someone to get street savvy though? Because there's no books regarding. Maybe there are, probably.
There are books for it.
And so
but it's all through experience.
That's my thing. Just experience other things. Like if you are, even if you're doing this path, right, and like you're, I don't know, within finance, I don't know, do something on the side, even if it's not entrepreneurial, like if it's just like a sport or something where like you just learn different skills that are just gonna increase you, like just and benefit you, like to become like the full you, better version of yourself.
Yeah, and James, you were saying how you don't necessarily feel like there are books for that, but obviously if you just read people's like memoirs or their life stories, you pick up things like, obviously I think I said maybe episode 1, if you watched that, shout out to you. I read the story about the Disney CEO and obviously seeing his story. I read Barack Obama's like memoir, seeing his story. Like you see those like common traits with those people, and if you pick them up, if you saw them, like cool, this is what I got to do, and then you start doing it like you said through the experience.
I think that's the hack, you know? I feel like for myself, anyways, the way I look at it, I had to be street smart because of where I was born.
Where you were born, circumstances.
But then I don't know how I would have become street smart if I wasn't born there. In a sense.
Yeah.
So obviously, I don't have to think about it now.
Of course.
It is what it is.
Yeah. And I think, to me, the hack to life, quote unquote, is that once I understood whatever you're trying to do, so for example, like Obama or all these successful people, right? You just read biographies or just listen to interviews of all these people that have got to where you're trying to get to. You will find similarities in characteristics. And then you understand, okay, they all say this, or they're all trying to say this message. There is something in there, I'm trying to say. But a lot of the times, if you're not sure what you're trying to get to, then you don't even know who you aspire to be.
Exactly.
If you don't know who you aspire to be, then you don't know who to listen to. And then you're getting no message. You're getting no message.
It's funny because sometimes you read all these stories, right? You could read all of this. You could write a book into how to be whatever you want. But at the same time, you're not there.
What do you mean?
In the sense that I could read 10 books about someone that, I don't know, started their own business and they're out millionaires, right? And obviously you take things away from it, right? So I just dropped down notes, for example. Because of the stories, I now know what they have to do, in a sense, to go where they are. I can now write a book saying how to become a millionaire, even though I'm not a millionaire. I just read some books and I got some gems out of it, and now I want to make a book out of it.
Yeah. Do you think that book will sell?
Who knows?
I don't think it will, personally, because I feel like you probably make some peas out of it, but like, when I like and read content or watch videos, like,
you need the backing.
It's genuine. Like, there's this guy I watched called, I think, Alex Hermosi, who's literally just a billionaire who's on YouTube and he's bored and he just makes mad videos on how he made billions. And you can just feel the credibility through the screen.
Yeah, it's authentic.
It's like you can get it. Whereas you get the gurus.
There's so many book stuff out there, bro, where people rent places, rent cars, and they're like, "This is my life." If you want to be a trader, or just
me personally, I can see through them though. More time, like you can tell, man.
A lot of people though can't though. That's
I don't think a lot. Yeah, I don't. Obviously, it might be easy for you to say, but even you can see through them now because I don't know. But I'm sure that in the past you've seen some and you're like, oh, let me try that, and you tried it, it didn't work, and now you can see through them because you see the pattern. But then when it's the beginning, how do you see through it? You can't.
It's a good point. That is a good point. You take your L's. So fam, the way you don't go through it is you listen to this podcast, bro. I'm telling you about the L's that I've taken, so you ain't got to take them. Thousands of W's, baby. Listen,
that's what we're all about here.
If someone's talking in a Lamborghini, chatting to you about trading, it's fugazi, bro. I'm sorry. And if you're legit and you're in a Lamborghini talking about trading, you're fugazi too, bro. You're tough.
One of them I can make £500 a day.
Allow it, fam. You make £500 a day, bro.
Yeah,
are you telling me about it? And also, I guess the one thing is what people really, really need to understand is that everyone is promoting a service. Okay, so if someone is telling you about how much money you can make, you need to think. Why are you telling me this? Yes.
What do you get?
If you're making all this bread, why are you telling me about it?
Not saying that there are people out there that aren't trying to help.
100%. But that's the question you need to ask yourself, and that's the question you need to ask them. Like, okay, I'm signing up to your thing. Like, do you know what I'm saying? Like,
how's it going to benefit?
How's it going to benefit me? Do you know what I'm saying? How's it going to benefit you? Yeah, like,
exactly.
If you're making all this bread doing your own thing,
there's too many. Yeah, I'm trying to make you financially free. Why? You're a millionaire. Why you want to make me? And you're calling me every day because I didn't sign up for the course. But apparently you're a millionaire. And you have time to personally call me every day to ask me, bro, you know these opportunities.
And a way to avoid that is to know what you're on, fam. Because I know I'm not on trading. So if a trader comes up to me and says I can make $1 million a day, I'm sorry, bro. Man's not on trading. I know what I'm on. But when you don't know what you're on, these people can come to you and you're going to be gravitated to things that aren't meant for you, bro. So that's why it's important to find out, like, what am I on for?
The only way to do that is experience stuff. Because at the end of the day, no one is saying that you're going to wake up one morning and say, oh, I'm going to be a public speaker.
Yeah.
You're going to try things.
That's it.
You have to try things.
That's it. You
have to try from early, from 16, 17, just try as much as you can.
And also, when you say about trying things, also be open to failure. Because
you're
going to have to.
Exactly.
You have to, like, failure is part of the process.
Yeah, bro. It's a prerequisite. It's gonna happen. Accept it.
What you have to actually try and do is fail fast and quickly and successful,
and learn from that failure.
That's it.
And know what went wrong. What am I going to do differently?
That's a successful failure.
Exactly.
Fail successfully quickly.
Failure is the road to success.
Have to, bro.
So if you don't fail, you will never succeed because you haven't tried.
And on the trying thing, it's like you said, I never woke up and said I'm going to be a public speaker. Like, it's just something that I stumbled across and actually know someone who wanted to have a jewelry business, right? And they were like, okay, I really want to have the jewelry business. Like, it's something that I've wanted to do for a long time. They started the process of having a jewelry business and quickly discovered this is not the path for me. But they wouldn't have known that that's not the path for them. They didn't try it. So they didn't try it, and I still asked them now, what are you trying to do? They'd be like, I want to own a jewelry business. But because they've tried it and they're like, actually, I didn't have as much passion for this as I thought.
It's not for me.
And that's the importance of trying and failure. Now, boom, that's X'd out. I can move on to something else.
That's why I just wanted to make sure you understood that, because maybe you came across like Freddie just saying, figure out what you need to do, like spend your day, what you need to do. But it's not like that. It's just trying things, isn't it? Life is all about trying things. Like, half of us probably tried so many things. Now we know I am never going to be this in my life because I've done it.
Right.
We worked at Sainsbury's, right? And it's funny, I know it's something's more, but like, you work at Sainsbury's, you go into Sainsbury's, there's people that have been working there for
time.
And there's nothing wrong with it.
There's nothing wrong with it, because that's what they like. That's what you want to do. That's fine. I walked into Sainsbury's and said, I am not
You knew that's not you.
That's not my place. Like,
that's not my portion. Yeah, it's not my portion.
But then sometimes, because of life and things that happen, you get stuck in a place sometimes. But it's important, don't get stuck.
Man, then, like, we need the rest of this pod, we need to talk about people getting stuck. Like, it happens day in, day out, where people get comfortable in the position that they're in. They're getting a bit of money, and then they just They just delay things.
Yeah,
they procrastinate.
their position is, or their situation is cushy. That's how I see it. Like, it's nice and cushy. Like, they don't have to do so much. They're in a nice situation.
Yeah.
They get a decent amount of P. Like, they're living nicely, but then there's always more that they could be doing.
And especially when you're young. When you're 16, bro. When you're 16, let's say, you get like a part-time job. And you're earning, I don't know, let's say, I used to work like 4 days a week. And you're earning like £500 or £600 a month, right?
And you got no responsibility.
You got no responsibility. You're not paying for anything. Not, even more than that. Let's say you earn like 1, 2.
Right. You're
living at home. You're not paying rent, whatever. You're thinking, wow,
enjoyment.
I am
this is it.
This is it. Like, what? I didn't know all I had to do is worker says we see for wanted money. Money. Then you get to 20, 23, you realize 1K and £1 is the same thing.
And the thing is, like I said, if that's what you're on, that's what you need to know what you're on. Because some people, that's what they're on. Like, they just want to live a simple life. You know what they say? Like, there's nothing wrong with it if that's what you're on. But if you're in a position, but you still have that burning desire, like, and you just know you're not happy, you know you're worth more, like, you need to do more. And funnily enough, I was listening to the TED Talk with James in the car, and it's literally, this guy was talking about ideas, innit? And how, like, everyone's ideas are basically assets. Because obviously an asset is something you can generate money off. And people are sleeping on their ideas. Like, I'm sure that there's times where you're going for a walk or you're in the shower and you have an idea.
So pops to your head,
you're getting me, like, and the majority of people don't act upon those ideas. And if you never act upon those ideas, you will never know the potential that the asset can bring you. That could be your multi-million-pound asset, bro.
You're
sleeping on it.
Idea generation is so much simpler in a concept than it is like in reality. Like, sometimes it's actually hard. Even if it's a good idea, you think it's a good idea, you're always going to second guess yourself. Like, maybe not.
For sure.
But just coming up with those ideas, and even if it's like a bad one in your eyes, I just note it down. Like,
100%.
Month's time, you might think, this is a good idea, let me act on it.
It's true.
And then there's always that problem, isn't it? Like, in 10 years' time, you look back and like, what if?
What if?
What if? The big question.
What if? And I'm the biggest what if, like, that my thing, like, I grab all the opportunities that come my way, because the last thing I want to do when I'm like a lot older and I look back on my young days is like, what if I tried a bit harder? What if I did this? What if I did this? So, like, for me personally, maybe I take it a bit to an extreme, but like, I try everything I can so I can look back and think, man tried. To get it. Even if, like, for me, like, this grind isn't necessarily about, being a millionaire or making so much music. It's all about spraying all the juice out of my potential. Do you get it? And then it's like, cool, man actually tried my best and, like, it didn't bang. But, like, I can look back on it with no regret.
No regrets. 100%.
Do you say, like, with no regrets. Because, fam, like, people don't deep, like,
there's one life.
Listen.
Like, we're only here for a short amount of time.
And people always say, but listen, like, we actually get one experience, And it's like, are you having an authentic experience of life? Like,
are you living or are you just alive?
Do you get it?
Oof. You gotta write that down, man.
Listen, that's facts though. Like, it's genuinely facts. Like, plenty of men are just out here living, but they're not alive, bro. They're not living an authentic life. Like, they're not living the life that they want to live.
They're just letting life pass them by.
They're not writing their own book. In your book of life, are you writing your book? Do you get it? Or is if you don't, something will be written. So if you're not the one writing it, somebody will write it.
Someone write it for you. Yeah.
Somebody will write it. So it's like, are you gonna pick up that pen and start writing, or are you gonna let someone else write the thing?
Yeah, man. Don't just live.
Do you get it?
Make something out of your life. And it's all like, even like, just, travel, experience things.
Experience, travel.
Just be cool.
Meet new people.
Always say yes.
Yeah.
Yo, you see, I'm doing this speaking classes here, which I need to go into in another episode. But, like, the way after the speaking classes, obviously it's just a random, like, 30 random people that would never met each other. And then afterwards, the energy's brazy. They're all just buzzing. And it's just literally just social life. Even through COVID, people deep, like, how much your social life has, people don't know how much your social life has changed. Like, just socializing with just strangers and, like, like-minded people, like, it creates a mad energy. Like, I'm just like, yo, these are all strangers, but everyone's just buzzing after my classes.
Everyone's on the same thing, like, they're on the same wavelength. It's like, it's nice, it's energizing.
You know what I'm trying to say? Yeah, man, like, I think we've got to shoot, but hope you picked up some gems here.
Yeah, man. Hope you guys enjoyed the app, man. Hope you guys enjoyed the episode.
Don't study business if you want to. But yeah, listen. It's your boy F17, Hoodless Brian, Fred the Free Fire, and this has been the L
Earning
Podcast.
Love.
Peace.
Love.